What's up, guys? It's Pete here again from the Boat Breaker channel. Welcome to the channel. If you have a cruise coming up on the Carnival Vista out of Orlando, this video is for you, so let's get into it. So I just got off the ship in March, and the Carnival Vista is a beautiful ship. I had an amazing time. It was a 6-day cruise out of Orlando, and I paid about $1,000. That was including the alcohol package, and I was in an interior with a friend. I had a blast. So I want to talk about some of the standout features and some of the potential drawbacks of this ship. I don't want to leave anything untouched, so you leave this video with a clear mind on if you should take this cruise or not, or if you have it booked already, things to look out for. A quick note, more of a fun fact, this is the first ship of its class, so it led its class name with two sister ships, the Carnival Horizon and the Carnival Panorama. Oh my god. In my defense, the Panorama, which is how you say it, is ported out of California, I think. I hope. In real reality, in this real world, I've never even said that word out loud before, so you got a taste of it here first on the Boat Breaker channel, here with Pete. All right, so the reason I really wanted to go on the Carnival Vista, because back in 2019, I went on the Carnival Horizon, and I had an amazing time. That's right when Marvel's Infinity War came out, and I watched it twice in their IMAX Theater. So I didn't bother going into the IMAX Theater on this ship, but it does have a ship. Anyways, enough with the funny business. Let's get into the nitty gritty, and let's start off with some good stuff. Let's kick things off, and let's just talk about good things. We've got onboard entertainment from Broadway style shows to comedy clubs and live music. There's really not a dull moment ever on this ship. Whether you're into dancing the night away, relaxing, or heading over to the amazing Waterworks splash park with the family, there's always something to do. Speaking of shows, I highly recommend you check out any of the shows on the Vista. Now, Carnival Cruise Line in general, they have pretty good shows. They're not like up there with Royal. Royal has more spectacular type shows, but Carnival has good shows. They're very entertaining. And one show in particular stands out to me. I never missed a show. And if you're a part of the Boat Breaker family, you would know that I'm talking about the Love and Marriage show. Now, I did want to report on this video specifically. Guys, they changed the show up. You ever go to you go to the show every time and you know what to expect, but the audience members are the ones giving the answer. I'm not going to ruin anything, but they finally changed the show up. They flipped the script. The questions were different. The style in which they asked the questions were different. The way they did everything, the structure of the show was different. So it was quite a surprise, and I hope they did that fleet-wide. But definitely check out the Love and Marriage show. They changed it up a bit. Finally, I'm platinum, and every time I go to the Love and Marriage show, I can literally call out the next question. So besides for the Love and Marriage show, check out the shows. This is what you're paying for. You pay for food. You pay a little bit for drinks, in the price of the cruise. You're also paying for the entertainment. Entertainment's not cheap. You go see a movie, you go see a Broadway show. Definitely check out the shows. Now let's talk about food options here. Now, the food options were almost in the great category and almost in the dumpster category. And this is for several reasons. Sometimes I don't understand why. I'll go on a cruise and the Lido Marketplace, the buffet will be great. And then I'll go on a different cruise and it'll just be garbage. Like, it's so inconsistent with Carnival, and I think they need to fix that soon, because the Lido Marketplace is kind of like where everyone eats. This is where you're letting everybody on the cruise eat. This has the largest dining times. Like, it's for lunch, it's for dinner, it's for breakfast. The consistency has to start to get better with this. And again, I said sometimes it's great and sometimes it's bad. So I put it right in the middle. I'm just going to say middle, because even though the Lido Marketplace food was bad, what was really good on this cruise, and I always recommend doing this, I think Carnival Cruise Line has the best, ready for it, steakhouses. I think you need to head over to Fahrenheit 555 and you need to check out their steakhouses. And if you're a fan of steak and you've loved filet, you've loved New York like me, and you haven't really tried, you want to try something different, try the cowboy steak. And if you know what a cowboy steak is, and if you tried a cowboy steak and I'm just silly, drop it in the comments. If you never heard of a cowboy steak, let me know that you're going to try it on the next Carnival cruise you go on. Please give that a try. The whole dining experience in the steakhouse was amazing. They brought out like 4 appetizers. I didn't get a chance to take videos because I was just indulging in some of the best food I've ever tasted. And that's just that. Like, definitely try the Fahrenheit 555, and Carnival fix the consistency. Sorry for screaming, in your marketplace buffet. Thank you. I'd like to give an honorable mention, or more of a shout out, because it's not really an honorable mention. It's just right up there because I ate there like 2 or 3 times. I'm not counting, and neither should you. I'm talking about Bonsai Sushi. If you're a sushi fanatic like myself, or if you just like to have sushi here and there, definitely check out Bonsai Sushi, because I think Bonsai Sushi is kind of up there past some of the other cruise lines that I won't say any names of, MSC. But the sushi's great. They serve a combo with a soup, a salad. You know the whole deal. But definitely check out Bonsai Sushi if you love sushi. All right, moving on. Next up in our review, of course, I had to talk about the onboard amenities. The ship has some really impressive features, including the Serenity adult-only area, the Sky Ride for the adrenaline junkies, and much, much more. There's really never a shortage of activities to keep you and the family entertained. This is still insane to me, and probably why I call the Horizon and the Carnival Vista my 2 favorite ships, but an IMAX Theater. IMAX Theater floating in the sea. And not like old movies or whatever movies, like to-the-date movies. Like you can catch whatever is in a regular theater in the ship, in the ocean, with the sharks, with the whales, and watch your favorite movie. Like I mentioned before, I caught Infinity War. Imagine catching Infinity War on your cruise while it's raining. I'd like to point out that I didn't go in the IMAX Theater, even though I'm blabbing about how much I love it, on the Vista, because the weather was amazing. Like it was pure sun. It wasn't too hot. The UV was pretty there. Like it was amazing. So I didn't go into the IMAX Theater. But what's really great about the IMAX Theater is you can get into this theater if it's raining or at nighttime. Grab some popcorn, grab some soda. If you like movies, you're a movie buff like me, don't watch one in the room. Pay $10 and go catch one in the theater. I don't know if it's $10. I actually don't know the price. Don't quote me on that. I definitely don't quote me on that. Another thing they have that I tried on also the Horizon, I didn't get a chance to try it on the Vista, was the Thrill Theater. I'm not going to ruin anything. It's 5D. Just go check it out. It's unlike anything else. If you're into horror and stuff, go check out the Thrill Theater. Like, it's scary. It's scary. Go check out the Thrill Theater and the IMAX Theater. And again, this is probably why the Vista and the Horizon are close to my heart. I love movies, and why not catch one on your cruise? And before we move on, another quick tip I'd like to give is if you're looking to hang out in the jacuzzi, which I always do during the day when there's some downtime or right as the sun starts to go down, check out the Serenity. This is the adult-only area if you're not familiar with Carnival, 18 and up. Go check out the Serenity jacuzzis. They were always empty for us. When I went in there, they were empty. Now, the bar was packed in the Serenity area, but the jacuzzis were pretty empty. And I know this is some things that you don't see on other cruises, empty jacuzzis, but the Serenity was a good spot to go and chill and hang out, have a drink, talk to some buddies, meet some new people. And I know Carnival, specifically Carnival, a lot of folks complain about kids, oh my God, like, it gets a little nasty. You want to go, you're not getting in a jacuzzi on the Lido deck. You're just not. It's packed with kids. And I'll say it here. I'll be the first to say it. It's just a little gross. I have a quick story that I mentioned one time in my past stories about years ago. I don't know if you remember this story, but I was on a cruise. I forget which ship it was. It might have been the Mardi Gras. And I was hanging out by the jacuzzi because I was thinking about getting in. Should I get in? Pete, should I get in? It's nice out. Get in. A kid had ice cream in the jacuzzi. I was like, don't bring food in the jacuzzi. That's not it. Ready? The kid dropped the ice cream cone in the jacuzzi. I'm going to puke. Oh, my God. You saw that? I just saw. Found it. I was like, that's gross. Found it. Came out. There was no ice cream on it because obviously it's all in the jacuzzi now. It's disgusting. It was just a cone. And it looked like paper. Like it was melting out of this poor child's hand. And the child looked at it and ate it. He ate the cone that dropped into the jacuzzi. It was soaked. Oh my God. All right, let's talk about one of the not so great aspects of cruising on this ship. Or it is Carnival ships in general, but how packed the ship can get during peak hours. You're not going to find a chair. You're going to be waiting online to get lunch. You're going to be waiting online to get into a show. So these ships seem like they put more people that can fit on these ships, Carnival specifically. So I would say Definitely during peak times, just look out for that. It can get a bit hectic, sometimes even a bit scary. But I don't think I sat on the Lido deck like lawn chair, the layout chair once on this cruise, and I did look for it a few times. I like to pop my headphones on and just sunbathe a little bit. Couldn't get it. People are out there at 6 in the morning getting those chairs, and sometimes to get food, I would. My trick was to be there right when it opened, so that I didn't have to worry about this to some of my favorite spots. So I would do that. Again, a not so great aspect is, how crowded some of the areas on the ship can get. So just keep that in mind. Another downside for some cruisers, not really me. I booked an interior room, so I don't have a problem with this, but I'd like to mention it because I do see it come up quite often. People get surprised with the size of the stateroom. Sometimes if you're with a large family and you book and you think you could get 4 into one stateroom, you don't realize that your child is going to be sleeping on a bed suspended from the ceiling. It's funny to think of, but if you're just trying to get on the water, just get on the water, have a good time. Nobody wants to hang out in their room, but I definitely wanted to mention this in the review that, sometimes the staterooms, you're not so comfortable in them. The air conditioning sometimes doesn't work. It seems like this is an ongoing thing. You have the air conditioning pinned all the way so you can get a good night's sleep, but still, depending on where you are in the ship, I just thought I'd mention this in the review. But that's it. That's all I have for negative things on the ship. I would definitely book this ship. I would get on this ship as soon as you could, catch a movie, get out there, get some sun. Cruising's fun. You know it is if you're here watching this. So there you have it. Thank you for joining me on this cruise review, going over some of the highs and lows on the Carnival Vista. If you're still here, drop a comment. I like to check out who's here to the end. Some of you guys are always dropping comments on the end, but sometimes I ask, if you're here and you're hearing me say this, watching me hear me say this, drop a comment right now and say you were here till the end. Sometimes we give out special prizes to those people, special giveaways to those people that hang out to the end. So if you're here, drop a comment. Let me know that you're here. You're hanging out with Pete. And I will catch you guys in the next video. We have some really exciting videos coming up. I'm getting on the Royal Utopia of the Seas Caribbean cruise. Boy, did I say that wrong. That's because I'm a Carnival cruiser at heart. But I'm going to check out that ship. I'm actually on the second sailing. So if you want to see how that goes, definitely subscribe. Hang out with us. Like the video. Do all that stupid YouTube stuff that stupid YouTubers say. Helps the channel out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.